Hello everyone. Welcome to today's daily portrait practice. Kira and I have a blessed opportunity to get away for a couple of days without the kids. So I'm pre-recording a few videos and I'm going to keep them fairly short. I'm going to go for about 10 minutes, I hope. And these, once again, are from the series of 1920s mugshots from my very cool book. This very cool book, which was part of an exhibition. It's mugshots from the roaring 20s in Sydney, in so-called Australia. And there are so many incredible photos. They're all like 100-year-old photos taken 100 years ago, perhaps, and of people who did various things, maybe, or maybe they didn't. So here we're going to be drawing Lazarus today, who is a suspect, offence unknown. And I feel like as I went through these portraits that there were a lot of kind of, I don't know, vagrancy, offence unknown. Just like, what did these people actually do? Did they do anything? Maybe they did something, but who knows? But whatever they did, they look great and we're going to sketch them. So I will see about my timer. This is a daily portrait practice, by the way. I've been doing this since the beginning of December. And if you're enjoying this practice, you could think about joining my Patreon or buying me a coffee. There are links in the description to do such things. I hope you're going to enjoy these pre-recorded videos and that it feels a bit like a live stream, although it's pre-recorded. The setup is the same, it kind of looks the same, and we're going to sketch together. So, what's different about this is that I don't get to respond to your wonderful comments, but I still, even in my own absence, very much appreciate you being here. And what I'm trying to do, I've decided with this series of pre-recorded sketches that I'm going to go with the parallel pen, which I love. So yesterday I worked on this one here and was experimenting with some crayons. And since I just realized like today, like, oh, we're going away for a few days and I'm not going to be able to live stream. So I just thought I will use this medium, which I love. And I know these are lines and I've been trying to steer clear of lines all month, but I'm putting something down at the moment to give me something to borrow from. And I'm still thinking in terms of shapes. So shape is the key idea in a lot of my work, but particularly this month I've been, my quest was to work on portraits without line. That was the idea. So, but now I'm just putting this down so I can borrow ink from the lines. I hope that everyone watching is a member of my Discord server. There are almost 400 of us on Discord. I share the daily references there and people share their work there and it's wonderful. Enjoy it so much. All right, now I've got some stuff down here. I'm going to start borrowing some of that ink to make my shapes. So this is with a water brush here. I've had some really interesting pieces recently where I went in with the water brush, just with really light, just with a bit of ink, just borrowed from the lines. And this is this process I really enjoy. By the way, there is a link to buy these art supplies if you like. I have an Amazon affiliate link now, an Amazon store. I'm putting together a store where you can see exactly the stuff I use, and should you feel so inclined, you can buy it directly from Amazon. If you do, I will get a cut of your purchase, which is kind of interesting. If you don't want to get it from Amazon, then respect, support individual, independent art supply stores. That's a great idea. But if you do kind of, for whatever reason, use Amazon, then I could get a share and it doesn't cost any more for you, but I get some. You can buy books or clothes or whatever. If you follow my link, I get some money. So that's just a new thing. But so many people have asked about what supplies I use, and I like the supplies I use. The parallel pen in particular, calligraphy pens, very fun drawing tools in my opinion. And now you can follow that link and it'll show you exactly what it is that I'm using. And you can get the same supplies and experiment with them. So I'm working on kind of expanding that idea of my store. This already kind of looks cool how it is. 4 minutes in, that's fun. So see, sometimes just a really brief practice can be worth it. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be filming some videos sometime soon about the gear I use, and so in kind of parallel to that, I'm setting up this Amazon storefront thing which shows the gear I use, and I'm going to be saying what I like about it, what I feel like the limitations of some of these things, just so everyone can really get a clear idea of my supplies, both art making supplies and all the technical gear that I use, which is something I've been alluding to for about half a year now, about making such videos. And I know some of you are interested, and let's say that's going to happen in June, that I'm going to start making such videos. But this pen for sure, this will be perhaps the first video. There is another calligraphy pen I had before I started using this one, but just the size of this, the nib is so broad that it's just so cool. You can see a little bit here, there are like teeth in the nib, in the tines. Getting a bit closer. See that? Looks cool. I'm just going to fill in this top area now that I've zoomed in, and you won't be able to see it. I just got a message today from Peter Salmi that there's going to be a show in London that I'm going to have some work in, and a bunch of other Kenyo artists. I think like 30 artists from the Kenyo group. I'd love to be there. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible, but it's going to be happening in August. And they applied to be able to use the space and have just received the approval. So it was a cool proposal. I'm like, that sounds good. Here, you can use this space. And my phone is going blip blum, blip blum, blip blum, because people are now communicating about it, how it's going to work, what's going to happen. I will borrow, just wondering how to go about the portrait here. I'm going to keep borrowing ink from the darkness. When I first started using ink, this kind of brush pen was one of the, water brush, one of the first tools I started using, and really got a lot out of it. I think it's the variation you can get with the brush quality, the transportability. I just fill it with water, but you can use it with your ink then, with watercolor. It's really cool. You could just use a brush in water, of course. But the thing is this, it has like this water reservoir. Oh, it's nearly empty, which you can refill and take places, and then you've always got your wet brush ready and at hand. So there's something interesting, like the contrast, the combination of the really soft brushstroke quality alongside the really crisp line like that. That variation and contrast in the mark making is interesting. So it's interesting, all of these mugshot photos, that these people, whatever they were doing, and happened to be caught and then photographed and looking great while doing it. I imagine many of these people will have, their descendants living somewhere in the world. Maybe still Sydney, maybe other places. And if you're really keen, you can go back on my channel. There's a replay of I think 3 different live streams where we did 10 mugshot portraits. All right. That looks cool. How are we going time-wise? This is almost 10 minutes. That's kind of what I was going for. And the highlights in the hair are way too bright. Glad I noticed that. So yeah, I really hope you're going to enjoy this series of pre-recorded practice videos, keeping the practice going, keeping it alive. I guess I will have to explain it in today's live stream, which is Wednesday, but the videos are going to be not on the live tab of my YouTube channel, but in the videos tab. So that's where you'll find them, and they'll premiere. I'll set them to premiere, and you can be there live, and there will be a live chat for the premieres. So if you tune in and watch with those who are able to make it at that given time, it'll be a bit like a live stream. You'll still be able to chat with each other, and I will check out the chats later on. So just treat it like the regular daily practice, and I'm super grateful for you joining in the fun. Thank you for tuning in. I'm very tempted to put some line work in to put some definition in. I feel like I've done a lot without, just in the portrait part. But I'm not sure if I should just kind of leave it. There's something interesting about that soft, undefined quality. So I think I will just leave it. I'll leave this one for today. That's it. Thank you very much. If you've made it all the way to the end, then please put your drawing hand emoji in the chat or in the comments. And thank you so much for being here. And I did another drawing of this one. Look at that. I did this one with Sailor Fude pen, which is this one, which I haven't used much, but I just wanted to try it out. It also has interesting lines. Totally different drawing. So I'm just going to go straight on to filming the next one. Thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments what you're up to this weekend, or what the last thing was that you ate, or what your favorite reason for being arrested and photographed is. Thank you to all these people back in the 1920s who had their awesomeness captured by the police photographer in the Sydney station. Thank you very much for being here.